First off, I would like to say that a huge part of why I received this award today is the way my dad raised me. From a young age, my dad taught me that one of the most important things to a man is his work ethic. When I was really young, he used to make me repeat this motto, do your best and never give up. It was almost a weekly occurrence. But these words, short as they were, formed me into the man that I am today. And if I'm being honest, it was a tough learning curve. It was a couple years ago when I was around the age of 13 that my dad got me my first job. It was a simple job, just doing chores at his buddy's house for the summer. To make a long story short, I got fired from that job. My dad didn't give up on me though, and in the summer of 23, he got me another job, working at Elements Lawn Care and Snow Removal. And I don't know what piece of the puzzle clicked for me that summer, but it hit me like bazinga. And I started to do something that I had never done before. I started to take pride in my work. When I got sent out by my boss to pick weeds or trim hedges, I made sure that I did the best job that I could do. I started to put more energy into cultivating my work ethic, and my work ethic started to dictate what I did with my life. During that summer, when my boss would give me the choice to take off on a Friday or ask me to come in on a Saturday, you better believe that I made myself work every day that was possible. Yeah, even when it had been a very long week, full of 80 degrees summer days, and all I wanted to do was sleep in. I made myself wake up at 5:45 and so I could get to the shop at 7. The next summer, when I was looking for more work, thanks to the push of my dad, I wanted a full-time position. So the first place I turned was Craigslist. I found a job doing what I like to call grunt work, but is usually more politely referred to as general labor, at a company called Two Guys and a Chainsaw. On the first day of work, my mom almost didn't let me leave the house. She was convinced that I was going to be kidnapped or murdered, or maybe even lobotomized. Which, considering where I found the job, who can blame her? On my first day, my boss told me that if I wanted to be successful at the job, I didn't have to work fast. I just had to keep a steady pace while working. Well, maybe I took too much pride in my work, because that first week I was determined to prove how fast I could work and keep a steady pace at the same time. And after 8 hours of dragging tree branches to a chipper in 80-degree weather for 2 days, I realized how wise my boss's words were. That summer and the next, I went back to work at that same lawn care company. I tried to improve further on my work ethic by anticipating needs. I did my best to finish the task my boss had given to me and move on to the next task before he had even told me what it was. I believe it was this work ethic that won me the Christian Service Award, because at some point something changed in my being that allowed me to start seeing and anticipating needs wherever I was, whether it was at school and the commons needed to be set up for lunch the next day, at work pulling weeds, or at church volunteering when there was a lack of catechists. I did my best to see the needs and accomplish them before I was asked. God blessed me with a great gift so I can glorify Him through my actions. And I've had 2 amazing fathers, one divine and one not so much, to really work the gift into me. Thank you all, and God bless.